Hello YouTube, Matt Craig here for Junkhouse Entertainment, and this is an Army showcase. We haven't done one of these yet. I've seen other YouTube channels do them. I really like what they do. Maybe it's a form of showing off, maybe it's not. Maybe it's just showing your art to the world. When you live, in your house, and you're not out there like Banksy and these other dudes um, putting rats in Wall Street and all this other madness. But this Army Showcase is Vampire Coven or Mantic Games and Games Workshop models combined to make an old Vampire Counts army for Warhammer. Because that's where this started. 8th edition was still a thing when I started building this army, believe it or not. And it's still not done. I've got models in a box over there I'll show to you. But this is predominantly the army that is done. And it is the army I'm taking to an upcoming 9th Age tournament. So it's a 9th Age army now. Let's go over here. Zombies. A whole bunch of zombies. And I went with a whole bunch of colors here. I wanted regular zombies of a fleshy type, right? Fleshy skin tone. But I wanted drowning zombies too. And I wanted some slightly roasted zombies, couple of unit fillers back there in the back that take up 4 spaces. If you ever feel the zombie unit, group them. Sorry about that, covering the camera with my finger. Sometimes you should glue them. Here we go. 3 to a base or more. Oh yes, try to do that. If you have bricks of zombies, there's a unit filler back there that counts as like 4. Thank God I never have to paint this many zombies again. There are more zombies. They're just not in this army list for this tournament. Skipping over to the front here. And the light is playing tricks on the camera. I'm trying to get it to focus, but Ghouls. Sort of a heavy medium infantry, poison and all that kind of stuff. 12 ghouls. There's a unit filler back there, a little tombstone. See if I can't get you that there. There you go. I went with sort of a pinkish color, but it's like a wash over black and white, I think, and then picked out some of the whites. The camera's going to struggle with it because I said there's lighting issues. And then there's a champion in there. I went with a slightly different color, so he's easy to identify. Games Workshop models. Phantom... I think they're called Phantom Hosts now in the 9th Age. But just fantastic. Just like skeletons and stuff being pulled out of the ground and their souls are coming out. I really like this model, artistically speaking. But fragile? Lord, these things are fragile. And more than one is already broken. No question of that. More ghost apparition type units. These are the mounted wraiths, I think, or spectral hunters is what they're called in the 9th Age. These are Games Workshop models. Sort of the classic concept of death on a horse, I guess. But still, great model. These I recently finished, and I'm just happy I got them finished. Vampire Knights. Not undead knights, I went full on Vampire Knight. Tried to do a few things there. I really like the headdresses on the Bretonnian Cav, and I don't know if this is gonna be good or not. I really like the headdresses on the Bretonnian Cav, so I had to use those models. It was just really nice. Hopefully they'll do something. They're like strength 7 on the charge in the 9th Age. A ridiculously large block of skeletons. And in there I have 2 vampires. I'm using a unit filler there for the one vampire because her cape extends way off her base. So I thought it best to just design a unit filler for her specifically to sit beside her in a big old brick of whatever. So it's like a pile of heads holding her sword, and then there's a zombie torso there with a couple of extra swords The idea being that she can just jump to grab another sword as she tears her way through everybody. And that's usually the BSB right there, that other vampire to the left with the pot of blood. The blood bowl being the BSB standard itself. And then just a bunch of skeletons. Now, when I started painting these, again, it was Warhammer 8th edition. So I was actually trying to paint skeletons as though they were Empire guys from all the different parts of the Empire. So there's like Reichland, blue and red, mixed in there. And I kind of have to tilt because these are Mantic models, and their shields are kind of off-center as they're advancing towards you. But there's green and yellow, which is the part of the Empire right next to the vampire world. Black and yellow, I can't remember their names either. Purple and white. Damn, yeah, I can't remember the names of the different houses. Only Reichland sticks out to me. Absolutely got to do unit fillers, so there's unit fillers in there. Again, you can see Mantic model just glued on with a tombstone, takes up 4 skeletons, does the work nicely. And then I had to make ghasts because I really like the ghasts. They're actually like giant ghouls, if you will. And then in the world of the undead, why not use some other armies models? So I saw another person do this. I saw lots of other people do this eventually when I was looking around on the internet. But these are those Games Workshop ogre models. And I've stuck all sorts of terrible weapons in them, coming out of them. And put a ghost pirate on there. And, you know, Scooby-Doo that. And there's a banner guy. Just he's not painted, so he won't be making the tournament. But my concept here was these guys actually murdered each other. This was some sort of ogre pirate crew looking for treasure in the wrong spot and fell under, you know, the spell of vampire enchantment and all that other blah, 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 and then proceeded to murder each other in the quest for glory and renown. But they continue to live on. And finally back here, I thought this was a fantastic model. Now, I didn't even know this model existed until I went to the 9th Age site, so shout out to the 9th Age site for proxy models. But this is made by a Mexican company. It might be Warzone. Don't quote me on that. But this, I think this model is called the Harvester. You can look that up. But this is going to be a corpse cart. And I just really like the model. It's going to be tough for me to, let me see here. There we go. He's got like a skeleton coming out holding the book up. And again, the lighting's rough. But an undead sort of donkey. I really like this model, and you can see he sits on a pile of bones. Solid metal model from this company, so be careful with that. If you're new to modeling, there were some serious gaps in this thing as it was assembled. So I had to use a lot of green stuff and some other stuff. And I'm no modeling expert, by the way. But finally got this thing together. And it's just fantastic looking. Which is why I'm taking it to the tournament. I mean, Jesus. It may be expensive and pointless as a war game piece, but I worked on it, damn it. But anyway. There's the whole thing, more or less. And then there's some models in here. Either that I wasn't able to finish, haven't thought about how to paint yet, and just can't bring to a tournament. There's some wraiths. There's a BSB over there. But I'm not going to really get into showing you that guy because I worked on a conversion there, but I haven't finished painting or anything. Maybe I'll do a separate video for that when the time comes. But yeah, this has been a Vampire Covenant, I guess, 9th Age video, Army Showcase. And this has been Matt Craig for Junkhouse Entertainment. Hit the like button if you like it. Hit the dislike if you don't. Subscribe if you want to. And as always, thanks for listening.